Greetings my Lombardians and welcome to an opinion video. Unfortunately, the reason this is not a review is because I'm low on schedule. I don't have the time. But I did want to get my opinion across and decided to make an opinion video instead. Obviously, this is an absolutely amazing character that you need to have. The one thing I want to state in advance is that compared to other Shadow characters that, let's face it, are pretty much a Dragon Ball character, this one feels like an actual Shadow character, due to him having stuff like a more balanced type of stopping time and a great animation teleporting chaos control attack. He has proper guns, very true to Shadow the character. A quick thing I want to mention, I dislike the fact that there's such an overwhelming amount of skins. Now, you might say, what the hell do you mean, Leon? Having a huge option is great, right? Well, almost. Look, when you have such an overwhelming amount of palette, as a result, most casual players will not check all of them out. And it's unfortunate because there's so many amazing palette colors that you can try out, and I do recommend everyone to try all of them out. But when you have such an overwhelming option, people are more inclined to choose only the default option, and that's unfortunate. For example, there's some skins that you could have cut out, I feel like, because they're so similar. For example, having only one super shadow skin, have only one chaos shadow skin, instead of having the same skin with a small variation of colors. Just try not to have a too much overwhelming option, so the casual player actually tries all of them out. Another small maybe issue I might have with the character is that maybe the simple combos are not as memorable, but they do make up with the function. Because functionality wise, there's so much to experiment, there's so much combo potential, so much stuff to experiment with, so it honestly makes up for maybe not the most memorable A, B and C combos. Obviously the specials are so unique, something super new that I didn't see before. Maybe not the teleportation, but for example the guns. Obviously this is the first Shadow JUS character to actually have guns as a feature for specials, very true to the character. This is really cool, you can charge it to obviously make it longer, so the second player will maybe be a bit confused and then all of a sudden surprise him with the attack. This attack I absolutely love. I do think it should have been a unblockable. The reason I say that is because player 2 has enough time to really react to it, to maybe jump over it and then punish the character. So functionality wise, this should have been an unblockable in my subjective opinion, because again, he has enough time to respond to that by jumping over it. But when you can block it, it's like the more simple way of trapping Shadow. For example, he throws it and I can immediately punish him, right? But it should have been an unblockable. So then there's I guess like a 50-50 chance of do I need to jump over it, do I need to block it? But obviously if you're familiar with the startup animation, you know immediately that you need to jump over it. So if it was an unblockable, that would have been better in my subjective opinion. He has this really cool special. I do think the fact that you can move with it does kind of break it a bit, cause now yeah, you can block it, but you can just go from this side, and as a result the second player doesn't know that he needs to block from the other side. It's kind of like hard to understand what direction you need to block, making it a bit overpowered, I feel like. See what I mean? But I might be wrong here, maybe it is fine the way it is, so I'm not completely sure with it. It's just the characters changing sides might end up with you always hitting your opponent even though he's blocking, if you get what I mean, because he's not always sure when to block, but again, I might be wrong with this. And then we have this one, which is blockable, but still looks amazing. Oh, also I want to point out the effects are pretty much 10 out of 10. The amount of colors that Petamynx plays with, and just the overall amount of colors, and yeah, everything is just 10 out of 10 when it comes to effects. I absolutely love them. Obviously he also has down A, That covers a bit of distance. He has down B, which is a launcher, then you can continue it with air combo. He has down C, which is a counter, something great to have for a character. He has down A, obviously, down B, which, oh, by the way, down B is so satisfying to perform. And down C, something that is actually great if you're air dash type of player and you want to surprise an enemy that constantly stands in the ground, waits to trap you. You can do this. So I really like this. Forward B, which is interesting. You can, I guess, launch the character. I don't know if you can follow it up. I didn't experiment enough, but okay, that's pretty cool. Maybe if the enemy is doing a trap of some sort. No, it doesn't seem like I can avoid it. Weird. Okay, I'm not completely sure with this function, so I bet other players can find a better use for this. It also has like a key blast, I guess. I will confess I'm not completely sure what's the use of this. Maybe other players will find a better use than I did for this. He has A plus B as well, which could be used as a launcher as well. Although I'd prefer something like down B, it's just a better option in my subjective opinion. And of course he has his supers, which is down forward A plus B. Down forward B plus C. And if the enemy is low on health, you can do forward, down, backwards B for an ultimate. That is a guarantee to kill the enemy. Really cool. Great looking ultimate. Could have been maybe more dynamic, more cinematic, maybe just a bit more memorable. But honestly, overall, I love it. I love this character. I'm going to play with him a lot in my spare time. I recommend everyone to download him because this is hands down the most unique shadow that there is right now for JOS. So, hope and wish everyone to have a wonderful day. And make sure to enjoy the character. Link will be down in the description, of course.